for this week's report. A project to replace Planet Playground. Select Board discusses Pairpoint Park with residents. The sewer siphon project continues progress. And everything you need to know about the upcoming town election. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. For our first segment, the town is proposing to purchase and install a new Planet Playground on this year's town warrant. Gabe Perez spoke with Parks and Rec Director Greg Beeson to learn more.
In 1998, Leathers & Associates constructed Planet Playground, a massive wooden playground in Exeter's Recreation Park. While the grounds itself, being the largest wooden playground in New Hampshire's seacoast, has provided endless fun and entertainment for children throughout its 26 years of life, a study done in 2016 presented some noticeable shortcomings within the park that necessitated being addressed. As the march of time continues on, Planet Playground has struggled to keep up to modern-day standards.
High usage, weather, and time had taken a toll on the equipment. The playground, as you know, was built out of wood, and over time has deteriorated to the point where there are various splinters throughout the whole park.
Suggested fixes to these problems would be to replace the playground and turn it into something that fits and conforms to modern standards, but keeps its familiarity and nostalgia, including replacing the wood of the wooden playground with recycled plastics. The new playground would be one that would fit the modern requirements and safety needed for a new, modern playground. This new playground would still fit the thematic excellence of its predecessor, with several suggested versions still consisting of the playground's interstellar themes, including a rocket ship as one example.
A new law became effective in the state of New Hampshire that all playgrounds built after that would need to be accessible. When we talk about accessibility, we talk about solid pathways to allow wheelchairs and walkers to easily access the elements. Ramps leading to the top of the elements and swings, as well as any kind of different elements that we have specifically picked to meet accessibility standards.
Approved to move to the voters' ballots during the town's deliberative session, Article 13 would request to see the town allocate $595,000 to purchase and install a new Planet Playground.
Article 13 is important to realize that it will be zero tax impact on the tax base. We are applied for a land and water conservation fund through the National Park Service, which is administered by the state of New Hampshire. If awarded this grant, half of the playground will be paid for by offshore drilling proceeds, which go to outdoor recreation. The other half will come out from the unassigned fund balance of the town, thus not creating a tax burden on the taxpayers.
The need to change and adapt to the modern world with a newer, safer, and ADA-compliant playground is imperative to places such as Planet Playground, as both safety and accessibility for all visitors helps make Exeter a better place for everyone.
Planet Playground has become such a staple that those that helped build it are now having children of their own. But now it is time to replace an icon.
At this Monday's Select Board meeting, Pairpoint Park was the first discussion item. Will Tapley has a recap from our Meeting Minutes series.
Welcome to your Meeting Minute for the Exeter Select Board meeting held on February 26, 2024. A group of residents came forward looking to begin the work on the lot where Pairpoint Park will eventually be located. The Select Board recently accepted the donation of the park at their December 23rd meeting.
What if we could get this thing moving without using any tax dollars? And it just kind of blossomed from there. Two to three phase approach to getting it done. One would be getting the site stabilized, the foundation hole filled, grading, a fence put up down below by the water, and then removal of the fence above that. This would then enable the landscape design process to start, along with fundraising and trying to see if we could search out some grants for this. would probably, hopefully, get people excited about the resource we have there. Because I think once this is finally fully implemented, it's going to be a heavily used area.
The board had concerns about the risks or costs associated with moving forward with the citizens' proposal.
Organizing an ad hoc committee, typically that's done by the board.
Right.
And we had done that most recently for Police Stakeholders Commission. As an ad hoc committee for a finite project for a finite period of time. I know myself, I've received emails from 3 folks who are interested in being involved in this in somehow, some way. So my biggest pause right now is just making sure that we're including everybody that wants to be included to work on this.
My concern is we have a process, and we are way going beyond the process right now here. It wasn't suggested language that we were going to wait a while on this and see our options. I understand it's the citizens getting together, and I so appreciate people stepping up and volunteering, but I am not comfortable with this feeling of possibly being rushed through another process.
It's really hard to be a volunteer in town, so thank you all for doing what you do. And it's hard to get people to volunteer and not burn out. So I think I'm coming from this we have a group of people who are very enthusiastic and have a lot of momentum and desire to get this done. And I think that's great. And we also have local businesses that are willing to donate goods and services at no cost to the town.
I do have a concern when you talk about accessibility, about disability, access for people with disabilities. Because just having we have a gate there at the top of at the sidewalk, and then what? Do people in a wheelchair just roll down the hill?
It's incredibly frustrating to have to make a decision because folks want to do something nice for the town, but we're elected to look out and do what's best for the entire town when it's the best time to do it, and following the process and following the procedures that we didn't set. They're town procedures.
Up next, Town Planner Dave Sharples updated the board on the progress made towards completing goals outlined in the town's 2018 master plan.
There's a total of 67 specific action items in the master plan. 66 of them are either completed or being worked on. So all but one hasn't started. Everybody was involved in this, and it was a collaborative effort. So the result is that probably going to need to update our master plan sooner rather than later.
I think it's wonderful that we have executed so brilliantly on this master plan as a town, especially with the leadership of our town planner, Dave Sharples, who I esteem so much. And I'm excited about the idea of initiating another round of master planning because it does this town so much good.
To watch the full meeting, visit our Exeter TV YouTube page. The next select board meeting is slated for March 4th. See you there.
The sewer siphon project is continuing to progress through an abnormally warm winter construction period. Here's another quick update on the project. A 12-inch reaming drill successfully made it from the Swayze side of the river to the mill side on Wednesday, February 28th, marking another completed step in the process. As we mentioned 2 weeks ago in our last update, the reaming process will continue for another several weeks, this time moving from a 12-inch reamer to an 18-inch reamer. After the second pass with the larger reamer, construction crews will determine if a third reaming pass with a 22 or 24-inch reamer is necessary to allow for the siphon pipe to be pulled through more easily. For more information and continued project updates, be sure to sign up for the town's email newsletter on the town website. With town election 11 days away, we put together a quick video with all of your voting information. The annual town election will take place on Tuesday, March 12th, with polls at 40 Linden Street open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. On the ballot for 2024 are the operating budgets, zoning amendments, and several major proposals, including a new police station and fire substation, water and sewer improvements in the School Street area, and Webster Ave sewer pump station upgrades. Voters can find election information on the town website at exeternh.gov/elections. On the site, voters can find a sample town ballot, the proposed budget, and a town warrant fact sheet with detailed information on the various articles. The supervisors of the checklist will be in session on Saturday, March 2nd from 10 to 10:30 a.m. as a last chance for voters to register to vote prior to Election Day. After the 2nd, voters can still register at the polls on Election Day. Ahead of the election, staff from the police and fire departments will host a brief presentation and Q&A session at the town hall on Wednesday, March 6th from 7 to 8 p.m. This event is an opportunity for residents to learn more about the proposed new police station and fire substation on Continental Drive off of Ebbing Road. Article 4 on this year's town warrant proposes to raise $17.5 million to design and construct the new net zero facility. For those unable to attend the information meeting, a 10-minute video and more information about the project can be found on the homepage of the town website. Lastly, Exeter TV and Blue Hawk Media are working with the Wigan Memorial Library in Stratham and the Exeter GFWC to cover their SAU 16 candidate forum on Thursday, March 7th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Tune in to our public access channel or on YouTube to find out about the candidates that are running. As always, you can find all of your town election information on the town website at exeternh.gov/elections. That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other town news sent straight to your inbox. We'll be back on March 15th for the next edition of the show. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a good weekend, Exeter.